Welcome to Tangent and Thread. My name is Karen, and today we are going to be doing some embroidery. Right. So my roommate Lauren from Lauren Reed Color still has not colored me some sheep, and I have complaints, lots and lots of complaints. So I decided I'm going to embroider myself some sheep. This is a point of contention between us. Oh man. Okay. I apologize if there's any noise in the background. My upstairs neighbor is still, well, being my upstairs neighbor, very rude, very much in poor taste with their choices in music and other stuff that they listen to. I'm sure I'll continue to complain about them for many videos in the future. In any case, back to my complaints about sheep. Not about the sheep themselves, but my lack of sheep, because I'm still waiting for my page, Lauren. Yeah. So I'm going to embroider myself some sheep just to make myself happy, because, it's all about me. I'm going to do my own design here, so I'm not actually going to be basing it off anyone. So let's do my project page. We're just going to jump right into it. I'm exhausted. My tangents are going to be a little bit more off base than normal, because I haven't slept, really. I haven't had a full night's sleep in a week now, and the alarms are just going all night long and through the day too, so I haven't really even been able to nap. So yeah, my filter's less than 0 and my sleep debt is enormous. So let's just get on with this before I lose my whatever. Right, so we are doing sheep embroidery. This won't be, too intricate, but me. I am the creator. Thread brand, as usual, is DMC. Okay, so let's see what colors I'm going to use. Most of them will be white, I'm guessing. So we're going to use 3865 for the body. We'll do 3 sheep. We're going to do 2 of them in white completely, and the heads and legs will be black. But I think I'm going to do one. I'm going to make an ace sheep. We will have. So we need some purple, and we will need some gray. We will use which gray am I going to use? 414 or 413? We will use 413. And then we need some grass for the sheep, right? They need to be on something, and so I will use some variegated green. Hope that works out. So that will be 92. Okay. The fabric is going to be, hold on a second. So this is what all of the colors of the thing will look like, right? And this is the fabric I'm going to use. This 28 count casual linen, right? All right. And it's very nice, easy to work with, right? Soft. So the actual size, I'm using this 4-inch hoop, which means that the canvas is going to be 6 inches by 6 inches. And the rest of these notes I will do later. I know this is weird doing with a pen like this, but okay, so this is my canvas here, and I'm thinking that I'm going to do sheep here and a sheep here and a sheep here. Look at my amazing artistical skills. And I will have a head here. my head here, and then another one looking this way. And then I think this one will be, and this one will be white as well. I think this one will be the ace one. So this one will be, oh, and then we'll do some grass underneath each one. Instead of doing like a long line underneath, I'll just do a bit of grass. So this is 92. And these will all be French knots, right? And this, I think we'll do, so the flag is, it would be black, gray, white, purple, right? So maybe I'll do it. Do I want to do it this way or this way? I think I'll do it in the same way. I think I'll do it in rows like this, and I'll feed a little bit so that it combines a little bit between the rows. So it'll be 310, and 413, and the 3865, and the 553. And that'll be the ace sheep over here. And yeah, it's good if the black's up top, then it won't interfere with the head or the legs down here, because the head and the legs are 310. Okay, so I think that's how we're going to do it. It's just going to be a short little project because I feel like it. And that's why I'm also keeping the hoop small. So they're going to be tiny little sheep. We'll see how that works out. All right, so let's get started. Right, so this is pretty much going to be the French knot project. You can see I made some circles on there just to guide me in where I wanted to place the sheep. And I'm starting with 3865, and I made a little anchor stitch there, and now I'm starting with the outline of the leftmost sheep, and I'm just wrapping it around my needle 3 times and then putting in some French knots there. That's pretty much what's going to happen for this entire video. Not going to be a surprise. And then I'm just going to cover up my mistakes by putting in more French knots. It's not going to be perfect circles because that would be a boring sheep. Yeah, I'm just going to keep on going. I'm going to be a little weird and unfiltered because I'm really, really, really freaking exhausted. I'm doing this voiceover on a different day, even because, yeah, this is editing, Karen. Alarms keep getting in the way. We haven't really had a night yet where haven't been interrupted by that stupid sound blaring from my phone to wake us up. I mean, yeah, it's helpful because it gets us up, but at the same time, I'm gonna have an extreme response to it every single time. Anyway, yeah, so a bit of a time skip there because I forgot to keep recording because my brain just doesn't work. And look, I even have a sheep needle minder, Nettie the needle minder, just to keep with the theme here. And I'm just refilling now. Another anchor point, and gonna continue. This fabric is just really fabulous to work with. I love it, the casual linen. I'm not even sure I'm saying that right, and at this point, I just don't care. What was I talking about last time? I think I was talking about the RPFing, the real people fiction thing that just squicks me so hard. And so there's just been so much more. There's been like this whole thing online where, okay, so there's two universes here where the X, what Twitter used to be. I'm still going to call it Twitter. I don't care. And then there's Threads, and so the Twitter people are just people who don't understand reality. What do they say now? You have to go outside and touch grass, and there's this whole lingo that I just don't know because I don't really know how to social media. I'm just too old, I guess. And then you have the Threads people who I guess are called aunties because we're an older generation. I don't know. We're just more in touch with reality, I guess. And everybody there who's part of, I guess, the fandom, who actually like heated rivalry fandom, everybody's like, just leave the actors alone. They're real people. Just stop trying to tag them and let them live their lives. Yes, you could be a fan, but stop stalking them. you know, and understand that they have their own lives. And the Twitter people are like, they're just old aunties. They want everyone to be nice. Stop. Don't go over there. It's so weird. Anyway, these RPFers just kind of freak me out, and I don't know what to do with them. All right, so we've very quickly finished the first sheep there. We're going to move on to the one on the right, because I think the one in the middle is the one I'm going to put the colors into. And yeah, I just have to do one more, maybe two. I don't remember here. Yeah. All right, so we're moving on to the other one. And again, I'm going to do the outline. It's always, when I have these kind of projects, when I do this for flowers as well, I tend to do the outermost ring of the French knots that I need to do, and then I work on the inner area. Just this works with all these other kinds of stitches as well. The border, and then I work on the inside. But this is a good French knot project. Keep my skill up. I talk about. So then the other kind of thing in the fandom is the social media fix. That, well, they're poking fun at the RPFing, but also just there's this like new format on AO3 where people are actually using the format for Twitter and for Reddit and Instagram and all this other kind of stuff, and it's really cool to see it. I really love it. I've been having a lot of fun reading them, and yeah. I just read a play, Yaga, based on the Baba Yaga. What is Baba Yaga? Fairy, not a fairy tale, but a myth, I guess. I'm not. What is it? Anyway, it's very, very good by, what is it? Kat Sandler. Wait, hold on. I will tell you. It is, yeah, Kat Sandler, and it is very interesting. It's very short. It's like 124 pages or something like that, and it was just fantastic. I really enjoyed it. The characters are quirky and fun, and I do recommend it. Um, the one that I read earlier from C.S. Poe, which was a mystery, Madison Square Murders, that was also interesting. But I had some problems with some of the way that the lead character, there's a, hinting at the past of characters and then just not telling and not telling and not telling and not telling. And I get a little annoyed with things like that. You know, there's only so long you can hide things from the reader before the reader starts like, no, let's go. Just tell us what's going on. Um, so, uh, yeah. All right, I'm filling in the center here of this sheep. The sheep is getting its fluffy wool. I like the way this feels too, the way that the French knots feel when you touch it. All right, so the both white sheep are done, and now I'm adding the leg. I'm doing I forget what this is called, maybe like a lazy daisy kind of thing. and it's just like a loop, and then I anchor it down, and then I'm doing 2 satin stitches or short stitches for the back legs, trying to give it a 3D kind of look, and then doing another lazy daisy for the other front leg with an anchor stitch, and then I am doing another short stitches there, yeah, just to make sure that you can see it. And now I'm going to do some French knots for the head. I'm just going to do like 5 or 6 just to give it the feel of the, nothing fancy. I'm not doing, I mean, look, I could have done one big sheep head, but I didn't want to. I'm just doing like abstract sheep here. Because Lauren still has not done my sheep. She's been saying next month for like 6 months, okay? I'm calling you out, Lauren. Where's my sheep? All right. Now I'm doing the legs here. And all right, so what else have I been watching? Oh, I was catching up on Wild Cards, which is that Jason Priestley show, and oh man, what's his name? He was on Grey's Anatomy. He was the Italian boyfriend. Good actor, really good actor. But I think my favorite character is actually the female lead, uh, and I'm spacing out on her name at the moment. Wait, I can look her up. Let's take a look. Wild cards. Yes, let's see. Um, Vanessa Morgan, that's her name, right? And she's fantastic. But Amy Goodmurphy is who plays Detective Yates. She's hilarious, completely hilarious. So I've been having a good time with that as well. Okay, so now we're starting the middle one, and this one is going to be the ace sheep, and so this one we're going to do in stripes. So I have to one leave space in the middle as well for the different stripes, but also I have to be careful here because the head of the sheep, and I'm sorry this keeps going in and out of focus because I'm so much closer, um, because the head of the sheep also is black, so I have to be careful here that the black row doesn't go right into the head of the sheep. So I'm going to leave, this is going to go all the way to the right where the head will be. So I'm going to use the second row, which I think is the gray, and it's going to kind of wrap around a little bit with the black so that it'll break up the black between the head of the sheep and the first row. I'm doing the bottom of the hoop there with the purple. I like the way this purple looks on this fabric. Anyway, wild cards. Oh, wait, I messed up a little bit there because I brought in some of the stuff in the back, so I had to stop for a second and fix that. And now, yeah. But they're doing the same thing on that show at Wild Cards, where they're holding something back, and then as you know, it's going to come out at the most inopportune time. It's just how long are they going to draw out that arc? They did that on Veronica Mars too. You know, they just held things too long. You know, there has to be pacing. You know, it's such an issue. It's one of the reasons why the book I'm writing, I have to rewrite everything because the pacing was a problem, and I was taking too long. So I need to redo things. So now I'm adding in the white, and you can see once you add in a second color against some of the other colors, it makes them pop and it changes everything. So be careful with your palette choices. Yeah, I didn't want it to just be a straight row. I wanted to mix them in a little bit here and there. I have a feeling that I'm going to have to do some laundry today as well. Not that any of you care about that, but that's just a note to myself. Right, shows that I've been watching. I need to catch up on Tracker and Will Trent and The Rookie. Although that's been kind of going downhill. I cannot stand, what's his name's wife. Because she's just boring. She's just a boring character. I love Lucy. She's amazing. Um, and I love Angela. And I love, um, what's her name? Uh, Crap. Why am I blanking out? Man, my brain. See, the gray looks amazing. I didn't know if the gray on gray would look great, but it was two different, very different shades, and they just, because of the other colors around them, it still looks fantastic. So I'm really happy with it. Um, what is her name? Nyla. I wanted to call her Nia. Nyla, her character. The Nyla is a fantastic character, and I love her too. Um, so yeah. Um, but right. So now you can see I'm weaving the gray in around that black area. So now the black has been broken up, and now I can put more black on the right side to create the head. I'm going to do the legs first because the sheep needs legs. He needs to be able to walk. Oh, I twisted up a little bit there at the end, so I'm going to fix that. And now I've got some front legs and some back legs. This is just a fun little project. Now I have to figure out where I'm going to hang it so I can remind Lauren over and over again I got my sheep done before she did. Not to belabor the point. I'm so happy I found the stand again. I couldn't believe it. It was hiding. It was hiding from me. Well, really, I hid it from myself, but we're just going to say it was hiding from me and let myself off the hook. And then when I'm done with this, I will just quickly sew up the back, and that's it. And there we go. Now I'm going to add a bit of grass there. It's not showing up very well on the screen right now, but under better lighting, you can kind of see it. So this is number 92 in the variegated. It's just a little bit of grass for the sheep to stand on. We don't want them standing on air, you understand. We want the sheep to have a bit of grass. I was considering doing this whole elaborate, like, scene, thread painting and everything, and then I said, no, I'm just not feeling like I want to put that much effort into it. So we're just going to add a bit of grass. And it won't be that even either. Because, the sheep ate part of it. I made up a whole story in my head. It was very cool. Um, I don't know. I don't. I don't think I have that much left to tell you. I don't know what I will be reading next. I have to look at my story list. I may go into some Jack Reacher novels or maybe a Witcher novel. Um, we shall see. And I'm pretty happy at the way this has turned out. And I have my sheep, my fluffy little sheep. I haven't named them, but if anyone has names for them, feel free to let me know. They look pretty cool. But yeah, here we go. And that's it. So thanks for being here. And if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. See you next week.